Hey guys, John Morris here, johnmorrisonline.com. And in this video, I want to talk about why clients say no. And so there's three really specific reasons why clients say no. And these are very important because you need to address these in your marketing and actively overcome these objections, whether it be on your services page, your profile on a freelance site, even in an interview. If you're interviewing for a tech company, wherever it may be, these are the three big things that you need to overcome. So the first one is they don't really believe in the idea, or another way of saying it is they're not interested in what it is that you're selling. So it's pretty obvious you need to make sure that you're marketing to the right space and the right clients, but there is some nuance to this in the sense that you need to really target very specifically the clients that you're going after. And I harp on this a lot, but the big example that I like to give is if you're marketing yourself as someone who does HTML, CSS, PHP, jQuery, etc., if that's the tone that you take, that you know all of these different languages, you're really not selling people something that they want. Because one, every other developer on a freelance site or on their services page is saying that exact same thing. So you're not setting yourself apart in any way. Two, clients really don't know what that means. I mean, most clients don't really know. They've probably heard of HTML, CSS, and PHP, but they really don't know what each of those languages does and all of the intricacies of those. So saying you know those languages is really pretty pointless. I mean, you might use it as a throwaway at the bottom of your profile or your services page just in case somebody is specifically looking for something like that, but it's incredibly rare. So instead, what you really need to be focusing on is specific solutions that you provide. So instead of saying that you know jQuery or say Ajax, you might say that you know how to build user-friendly forms, PHP forms, or user-friendly forms for someone's website. So if someone's looking for, that's what they're after, is someone to build them forms, then you would be targeting what they're really looking for, what they're really after. This is a feature benefit type conversation. So you're not, you want to get away from selling features and talking about languages as features and more towards selling the benefits of what it is that you offer, and you want to make sure that's really specific. There's all kinds of people out there right now who are looking for someone to build them a user-friendly form using jQuery and Ajax. You could probably find plenty of work doing just that one thing. There's all kinds of other niches out there that are available that you could find work doing. Right, so that's the first one. You're not. The reason they don't buy is you're not selling them something that they want. Okay. The second reason that they don't buy is they don't believe you, right? So you say you're a great developer, but they don't believe you. Again, the default state is they're not going to believe you. Every other developer out there is saying that they're the greatest developer, that they know all these things, and so on and so forth. You're not setting yourself apart in any way. Now, you could go down the path of learning, intricate, in-depth marketing tactics, and you may be really good at that. And if you are, then hey, so be it. But most people, most developers especially, aren't really interested in that path. To them, it feels a little, dirty. Two, they don't have the talent for it because it takes a certain amount of talent to be able to master that kind of thing. So you can go that route, or you can go the other route, which is the one I recommend, which works for a greater number of people, and I think in the long run actually works better, and that is the route of building trust. And so you focus on different ways that you can establish trust with potential clients before they hire you. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can do that. I harp on creating content because I think it's the easiest way to do it. I think it's the way that you can very easily, very quickly get into a market, start creating content for that market, and attract a good number of people to you, and start getting the clients that you want. I think it's the easiest way. But there's all kinds of ways that you can do that. For example, if you're on a site like Elance and you're bidding on job proposals, the way that you bid on the job proposal, you can do it in a value-oriented way. So you can give them a lot of information in order to try and establish trust with them. taking that path of bidding on job proposals, you're going to get a lot more clients that are going to hire you, and you're going to establish a lot more trust up front with those clients. So again, the second reason they don't buy is because they don't believe you, and the way to overcome that is to establish trust with them. The final reason they don't buy, and one that I think most everybody doesn't even think of or ignores, is that they don't believe in themselves, right? So you're selling them something that they want. They believe that you can deliver on what you say you will, but they don't believe in themselves. So maybe it is that you're building them a website for this idea or for this product that they're going to launch, and they have reservations about whether what they're doing is the right thing, whether it's their idea is a good idea, whether the product is right, so on and so forth. There's all kinds of different reasons why they may not believe in themselves. And so you have to overcome this objection, because what will happen is they may, again, you're selling them something they want, they trust you, and they may get to the point where they're about to hire you, and then all of a sudden they disappear. And it's not that they don't hire you, it's that they don't hire anybody. And if that happens, and I've seen it happen lots actually on sites like Elance and Odesk and so forth, where I'll be working with a client on a project, going through a proposal, and all of a sudden they'll just disappear. And the reason that they do that is because they don't take on the project at all. They suddenly get really fearful about themselves and themselves being able to deliver, and they hightail it out of there. So you need to actively encourage them and help give them some self-confidence so that they believe in themselves. And one of the ways that you can do that is just from the very start, when someone presents an idea to you, to actually tell them, hey, that's a really good idea. Now, I don't want you to tell people that if you don't think that's true, but if you don't think what they're doing is a good idea, then maybe you shouldn't bid on that project. I generally don't bid on projects that I think are good ideas or that I think are bad ideas, even if I don't really have any say in the outcome of that idea or not. Just because it puts me in a bad spot of working with that client if I'm working on something that I don't really believe in. So I'm not encouraging you to tell them something that's not true. So you should bid on projects that you believe in, and then you should tell them, hey, that's a really good idea, and all the way throughout be encouraging them to believe in themselves. So those are the three reasons that people don't buy, and those are the things that you can do to help overcome those objections so that you get the yes. All right, thanks for watching this video. If you have a question that you'd like for me to answer live on the show, then you can tweet me at JP Morris using the hashtag JMOIWannaKnow, and I'll try to get that on the show for you. Also, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe or like or whatever it is that you're supposed to do on this page so that you can get access to all my other tutorials and videos and so forth. And of course, like and share and tweet and all this thing up. I'd really appreciate it if you would do that. And if you haven't yet, then you can head on over to johnmorrisonline.com and download my 7 strategies to turn your code into cash cheat sheet. All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.